The stars looked calm outside the large windows of Unity Station. Space glowed with millions of tiny lights like silver dust scattered across endless darkness. But inside the station, energy was high. Hundreds of alien leaders gathered in a grand hall to celebrate the newest member of the Galactic Alliance, humanity. Captain Elias Ward stood at the center stage with other Terran officers. He wore a dark blue uniform that proudly carried the symbol of the United Terran Fleet. He had trained all his life for this moment, to show the galaxy that humans were ready to join them. But deep inside, he felt nervous. Most aliens in the room were taller, stranger, and older as a civilization. Some had 4 arms, some had no eyes, some had floating bodies. Many did not trust humans yet. Earth was young compared to the others. Humans were known for strong emotions, quick decisions, and unpredictable actions. Some species found that dangerous. Elias kept repeating one sentence in his mind. Show them humans are responsible. Show them we belong. A ceremony of peace, the master speaker of the Alliance began the welcome speech. His voice echoed like music inside the hall. Today, the speaker announced, we accept the brave species from the 3rd planet of Sol. Humanity has shown courage and unity. May this day begin a future of peace. Polite claps filled the room. Elias smiled. Everything was going perfectly. Then came the ceremonial exchange. Every new member must present a gift of respect to each major species. The most important gift was for the Xiar Dominion, the most feared and powerful alien race in the galaxy. The Xiar were a warlike species, covered in dark scales and sharp bone armor. Their eyes shined like burning coals. They believed respect must be earned through strength. Stories said they had destroyed entire planets that offended them. Their leader today was Commander Varak, a towering figure with a cold stare. He stepped forward with slow, heavy steps that made the floor tremble. Humanity's gift to the Xiar was a small robotic drone made of rare earth metals. It symbolized technology, curiosity, and peace. A young engineer named Meena Patel controlled the drone from a small console. She whispered to Elias, nervous, Sir, I tested it 100 times. It will be okay, right? Elias gave her a confident smile. It's just a simple move. Nothing will go wrong. He was wrong. The drone hovered in front of Commander Varak and was supposed to bow, but instead sparks burst from its side. Bzzz, pop! A burst of electricity shot downward, straight into a sacred Xiar relic resting on a stand beside Varak. The ancient object shattered like glass hitting stone. Every alien froze. The hall went silent. Meena gasped. Oh no, Elias stepped forward quickly. We are sorry. It was a malfunction, but it was too late. Commander Varak's burning eyes narrowed. His voice was low, dark, and full of rage. You dare destroy the heart of Karen? A relic older than your son? He pointed a sharp claw at Elias. Humans insult the Xiar Dominion. This is a declaration of war. Gasps spread across the room. Several diplomats shouted, trying to calm the situation. It was an accident. No disrespect was meant. Let us discuss, but Varak ignored everyone. He pressed a communicator on his wrist. All Xiar forces. Humanity is now an enemy of the Dominion. Prepare for war. Then he turned and left, his armored guards following without a word. Elias stood frozen. The celebration had become a nightmare. The alliance turns cold. The joy in the room died immediately. Representatives began whispering in fear. Some walked away from the humans, not wanting to be involved. The alliance speaker approached Elias, his expression worried. Captain, the HFY Dominion never forgives an offense. We cannot fight them. They destroy everything in their path. Elias clenched his fists. So you want us to surrender? To accept punishment for something we didn't do? We want to survive, the speaker replied sadly. If you face them, you will face them alone. Humans had fought many wars on their own planet, but this was different. These enemies had conquered galaxies. Meena looked guilty and terrified. Tears formed in her eyes. We ruined everything, sir. Elias placed a hand on her shoulder. No, you made a machine. Machines fail sometimes, but we will not let fear control us. He took a deep breath and made a decision. We return to Earth, we warn everyone, and we prepare. The first threat, as the Terran ship Starfire left Unity Station, Elias watched the stars move outside the window. He thought about Earth, about families who had no idea what danger was coming. The ship's AI spoke calmly. Captain, A message from the XYR has been broadcast across the galaxy. Play it, Elias ordered. Commander Varak's face appeared as a hologram. Humans, you have insulted the Dominion. You will kneel or you will be destroyed. We come to claim your world. The message repeated in dozens of languages. Elias felt his chest tighten, but his reply was simple. Not while I'm breathing. Humanity unites. 1 week later, a grand meeting was held in Geneva. Leaders of every nation joined the Terran fleet in the Emergency Council. General Rosa Alvarez looked at the maps of the solar system. The XWER fleet will arrive in less than 3 months. They have more ships than we can count. Their technology is deadly. Mission Command Director Harper added, "We only have 2 choices, surrender, or evolve stronger than we have ever been." Elias stood and looked around the room. Humanity has survived everything our world threw at us. Fires, storms, and wars. We build, we rise. We learn fast. They think we are weak because we are new, but that is our strength. The room went silent, listening. "We will protect our home," Elias continued. "We will show them that humans do not bow." A slow applause began, then grew louder. For the first time, humanity was united, not by fear but by purpose. Training for the impossible factories worked non-stop. Scientists created new weapons, new shields, and new starship engines. Civilians volunteered to join defense units. Students learned emergency skills. Farmers turned their fields into supply stations. Humans worked day and night without giving up. Elias trained his crew harder than ever. He told them, "We use what we have better than anyone else. Our creativity is our weapon." Mina repaired drones with a determined face. "This time, it will not fail," she promised. Small fleets moved to guard Mars, the Moon, and the boundary of the solar system. Even children helped, writing messages of hope to the soldiers. "You can win. Earth is proud. Come home safe." These words gave the fighters strength. The first clash, the XYR moved faster than expected. One night, alarms screamed across the solar defense network. Unidentified ships entering the Kuiper Belt, the sensors warned. Elias rushed to his command chair aboard the Starfire. Ready weapons. No fear. This is what we trained for. 4 XYR scout ships approached. They fired beams of energy powerful enough to melt steel. But humans were ready. Instead of meeting force with force, they fooled the Azure. Terran ships flew through a hidden asteroid field. They used gravity and rockets to push asteroids into the enemy's path. Boom, crack, crash. 2 XYR ships were crushed instantly. The remaining 2 tried to escape, but the Starfire caught them in a trap of energy nets. The XYR failed their first attack. Elias shouted, "For Earth!" His crew cheered. It was a small victory, but a strong message. Humans could fight. The fear spreads across the Alliance. News traveled quickly through the galaxy. Unity Station received reports of the battle. Many alien representatives were shocked. The humans defeated XYR scouts? That is impossible. They are too young, too small. Some species felt hope. Others felt fear. What if humans became strong enough to challenge everyone? One ambassador whispered to another, "Maybe war with humans is even more dangerous." The XYR armada approaches. The celebration of victory lasted only 1 day. Then new scans came in. A massive XYR fleet had arrived near Neptune. Hundreds of warships, destroyers, carriers, weapons capable of burning oceans. Elias and his crew stared at the screen. The enemy was too many, too strong, too fast, one officer said with a shaking voice. We can't win this war." Elias turned, eyes fierce. "Maybe not without pain, maybe not without loss, but listen to me." He stood before his entire fleet. "They think a mistake means we will fall. They think fear will break us. But humans are strange. When someone tries to take our home, we fight harder. When we see a threat, we run toward it." He pointed out the window at Earth glowing like a blue jewel. "That is our world, our families, our dreams. If we do nothing, they take everything. If we stand, maybe we save everything." Silence. Then every soldier lifted their head. Every heart found courage. "We stand," Mina said firmly. "We stand," others repeated. Soon the whole fleet shouted, "We stand." Elias nodded. The biggest challenge in human history was just ahead, and they were ready. The stars above Neptune flickered with danger. Hundreds of massive gear warships approached like a dark storm. Their hulls glowed with red lines, showing the terrible power inside. Aboard the Terran flagship Starfire, Captain Elias Ward studied the display. So many enemy ships, enough to destroy Earth 10 times. His crew looked scared, but they stood at their stations with firm hearts. Meena Patel whispered, "Sir, what if this is the end?" Elias did not take his eyes off the screen. "Then we make sure the XYR never forget who we were." The first great battle begins. The XYR fleet launched the first attack. Thousands of burning energy blasts shot toward the human ships. Space lit up like a sun exploding, all shields up, Elias ordered. Human ships flew in tight formations. They were fast, agile, built by a species used to surviving impossible odds. Terran fighters rushed forward, dodging deadly beams. Some ships were hit, burning metal, alarm screaming Aberloan, but they kept fighting. Mina's voice shook as she reported, "Seer ships are pushing us back." Elias nodded. "Then we pull them where we want." He tapped a button. Units Beta and Gamma retreat behind the ice field. Now. Before the battle, humans had placed explosive charges inside giant frozen asteroids near Neptune. It was a risky plan. But humans loved risky plans. The Zir chased the fleeing ships, right into the trap. Now. Elias shouted, "Boom!" A chain of explosions ripped through miles of ice mountains. Shards flew like white spears, smashing into Zir ships. Half the front line of the enemy fleet broke apart. The humans cheered. But the battle was far from over. The enemy Adapt's commander Varak watched the explosions from his command bridge. His eyes narrowed, burning with anger. "These humans fight like wild animals," he snarled. "But animals still die." He ordered his ships to spread out, avoiding further traps. The Gyre launched robotic hunters, small machines built only to kill. These hunters sliced through space like knives. One pierced a Terran fighter squad. Ships exploded like tiny sparks. "Squad 7 is gone," Meena cried. Elias gritted his teeth. Every life lost was a deep wound, but they could not stop. "We fall back to Mars defenses," he commanded. "Signal all bases. Prepare for battle there." The defense of Mars looked peaceful from orbit, red sands glowing under the sun. But underground, thousands of soldiers waited in bunkers. Rail cannons and missiles pointed toward space like angry spears. As the humans retreated, the Exir fleet followed. They fired a massive beam that sliced through space and hit Mars' largest shield generator. A boom! Dust and fire rose from the surface. The shield flickered. General Rosa Alvarez's voice came through the Starfire's speakers. "Captain, Mars cannot hold long." "We need more time." Elias watched the enemy advance. Time was running out. Earth was still behind Mars, unprotected. If Mars fell too fast, Earth would be next. He took a deep breath. "Meena, is the phase torch ready?" Her eyes widened. "Sir, we haven't tested it. If it fails, it could tear this ship apart." Elias looked around the bridge. "I trust you. I trust all of you. Humans grow strongest during danger." He nodded once. "Activate it. Human innovation. Human courage." The phase torch was a new weapon, a human idea. It used space-bending energy to cut through shields. Nobody knew if it would work. Mina's fingers flew over controls. Sweat rolled down her face. "Charging. Stabilizing. Ready." Elias pointed toward the biggest enemy battleship. "Fire." The ship hummed. A bright beam of twisting blue light shot forward and sliced the XWare flagship's shield like paper. "K-Thum!" A giant explosion tore across the X-Wire formation. Cheers filled the human bridge. "We did it," Meena gasped. But then the torch began shaking violently. "Energy overload," she yelled. Elias shouted, "Shut it down!" Boom, a surge of power burst from the weapon. The Starfire rocked. Sparks rained from the ceiling, but they were alive, and they proved humanity could break Zire armor. A beacon of hope all across the battlefield, human forces saw the explosion and found new hope. They pushed harder. Mars cannons scored direct hits. Fighter pilots performed daring moves, outsmarting larger enemy ships. Even the people on Earth watching the battle cried and prayed. "Fight. Don't give up." Children drew pictures of starships and taped them to windows. Families held hands, refusing to hide. The whole planet felt united, for a moment. The humans believed they could win. The Xir reveal, their biggest weapon hope, died quickly. From behind the enemy fleet, something massive appeared. A dark circular ship bigger than a moon. It blocked the light of a distant star. Varric announced, Behold the planet breaker. Your end is here. The huge ship charged energy, aiming straight at Mars. One shot could wipe the planet clean. Mina whispered, "Sir, if they fire, Mars is gone, not only Mars." Earth next. Elias felt fear. But fear did not control him. He pointed toward the enemy Titan. We must stop that ship, no matter the cost. The last strategy, he quickly made a plan. Most Terran ships continued to defend Mars. The Starfire and an elite strike team jumped behind enemy lines. They attacked the planet breaker from the inside, sir, his officer warned. That is suicide. Elias looked every soldier in the eyes. Humanity is still alive because someone always stands up and says, "Not today." We're that someone. Every person on the Starfire stood taller. "We're with you," Mina said firmly. Elias smiled. "Then let's show them what humans are made of." Breaking into the beast, the Starfire warped behind the planet breaker. Turrets fired at once. The ship shook like a leaf in a storm. Mina shouted, "Hull damage on decks 6 and 7. "Keep us steady," Elias ordered. They fired torpedoes at a weak point beneath the giant ship. Boom! A breach opened, just enough for a strike team to enter. Elias led the attack himself with a group of brave Marines. The inside of the ship was dark, full of alien machinery and glowing veins of energy. The air smelled like metal and heat. Robotic guards attacked instantly. Humans fought hard. Fast punches, quick shots. Small versus large, but never backing down. Mina guided them through comms. "Go left. There's a power core ahead." They reached the main control chamber, a giant crystal full of swirling energy. It powered all the weapons. Elias planted explosives around it. His voice was steady. "This is for Earth. Varric arrives." The doors burst open. Commander Varric stood there, bigger and more terrifying up close. "You think tiny humans can defeat the Dominion?" he growled. Elias stood tall, even in fear. "We think freedom is worth fighting for." Varric charged with claws like swords. Elias barely blocked the first strike. The battle was brutal, strength versus courage. Varric lifted Elias, squeezing his armor. "You are weak." Elias grinned through the pain. "We are strong. Together." Mina activated the explosives remotely. Beep, beep, boom. The power core exploded in blinding light. Victory with a price. The planet breaker erupted. Flames and debris flew into space like shooting stars. The destruction shook the entire HFY fleet. Human forces cheered as the giant weapon died. But the Starfire was caught in the explosion's shockwave. On Earth, millions watched in silence as the ship vanished from sensors. "Captain Ward," Mina whispered, tears falling. "Thank you." The Xayar retreat with their ultimate weapon destroyed. The Xayar fleet halted, their confidence shattered. Varric's death threw them into confusion. Without leadership, they pulled back, first slowly, then in full retreat. The sky above Mars cleared. The stars looked peaceful again. Humanity had survived. General Alvarez announced proudly, "We stand victorious, because we are human." A new reputation. Weeks passed. The Alliance sent a message. "We are sorry we left you alone. You have earned our respect." Humanity is no longer a newcomer. Humanity is a protector. Aliens who once ignored or feared humans now looked at Earth with awe. Mina stood at a ceremony honoring the heroes. She carried Elias's captain badge close to her heart. Reporters asked her, "What made humanity win?" She answered softly, "Because when we face darkness, we shine brighter." The legend begins. Statues of brave soldiers were raised across Earth. Children learned stories of the Battle of Mars. And though humans celebrated, they also prepared, for they knew the galaxy was wide. More dangers waited in the shadows, but now, the stars knew one truth. Humans never give up. Humans protect each other. Humans are the ones who fight back, and if another war comes, the galaxy will think twice before threatening Earth again.